Okay. ברשות מוריי ורבותיי.
106.
Yes, פרק כ"ג. בעזרת השם, this one to the last פרק. בשם השם. ברשות מוריי ורבותיי. We start the פרק. This פרק is towards the end of Yehoshuah's life, and he's giving some talk to the Zekanim. He only calls the leaders to talk to them, and next perek to the whole Kahal Israel. Okay? ויהי מימים רבים אחרי אשר הניח השם לישראל מכל אויביהם מסביב. It was after long days, many days, that Hashem gave rest to Israel from all their enemies. Now nice and peace in the whole land, no more fighting. Yehoshuah Zaken Ba B'Yamim. Right? We had this
with Avraham Avinu
this week. Right? This week we had it. This Shabbat. Avraham Zaken Ba B'Yamim. That's it. So what does Ba B'Yamim mean? I think we said before. Ba B'Yamim means you used all your days for good. There is no day that you could say, doesn't count. Right? So Zohar says when our life is like a book, every day is a page. Right? Chas v'shalom, someone goes on the Olam Haba and one page is not so good. Right? Every page, you want to go with a full book with full of page of good things. Right? So therefore, Hasidim, they do cheshbon nefesh. Every day they sit down and what did I accomplish? What did I accomplish today? Did I do enough? Right? Cheshbon nefesh. Did I do enough? If not, okay, go do some more chesed or go learn a little bit more before you go to sleep. That's what it is. Ba B'Yamim. Very important. ויקרא יהושע לכל ישראל לזקניו ולראשיו. Right? Yehoshuah called all the elders of Israel and the heads and the shoftim ולשוטריו and police, which is those are the ones that not like a police that we have to do. Those were in charge of making sure people keeping the mitzvot. ויאמר עליהם אני זקנתי באתי בימים. He told them I'm old, I came through the years. First was the introduction of the book. Now Yehoshuah telling them 110. This is the last days of his life. ואתם ראיתם את כל אשר עשה השם אלוקיכם לכל הגויים האלה. You saw מפניכם. You saw that what Hashem did to all these nations in front of you. כי השם אלוקיכם הוא הנלחם לכם. Who did you think fought for you? You guys don't know how to fight with all these nations. Hashem did it. All comes from Hashem. Hashem did all the fighting for you. We are like the Israel are like basically trying to fight. They fight. They do their hishtadlut, but all the success comes from Hashem. ראו הפליתי לכם את הגויים הנשארים האלה בנחלה לשבטיכם. Come and look at I allotted to you all these goyim that are left. There were still goyim left in Eretz Israel, unfortunately. Even though Yehoshuah said, okay, we finished the job, but now he's telling them we still didn't finish the job. Right? So he says, look at all these goyim that are in your benachalatchem b'shivtechem, within your shevatim. We talked about some of them before, that they left them. Min hayarden v'chol hagoyim asher Ichrati from Yarden, and all the goyim that I destroyed, v'hayam agadol mibo hashemesh, and the great sea Mibo Hashemesh from until the sunset. Okay, so what does the great Hayam Gadol? That's the Mediterranean Ocean. So question is that part of Eretz? The Gemara asks a question: is that part of Eretz Israel or no? What's the matter? Let's say there is a small island in it, and vegetation comes. Do we have to give Maserot or Mot? So Gemara has a whole thing that has one opinion says toward sunset, and that means towards the west.
The Mediterranean is the west.
Yeah, so that's why it's Hayam Gadol Mibo Hashemesh. That's your border.
میبو هاشمش یعنی اونجا آفتاب در میاد.
Sunset when sun sets. منظورش به west. و هشم الوکیכم هو یهدفم مپنیכם. Hashem will push them away from in front of you. ויוריש אותם מלפניכם. And Hashem will give them to you. וירשתם את ארצם. So he's talking about the ones that we didn't capture yet. Hashem, they said, don't be afraid, go fight with them. Hashem is going to make you win and you're going to inherit their land. כאשתי בהשם אלוקיכם לכם. וחזק, the way that Hashem told you. וחזקתם מאוד, be very strong, לשמור ולעשות את כל הכתוב בספר תורת משה. Now he's giving them Musar. Make sure everything you do is exactly like what is written in the Torah Moshe. Lebilti sur mimenu yaminu small. Not to go from it. Yaminu small. This is talking about same as the Pasukim in the Torah we have. Lo tasur mimenu. Over there is talking about Hashem telling Bnei Israel. Listen to the rabbis as a name. Lo tasum yaminu small. From what they tell you, don't go left or right. Right? Over the Rashi says. So to me, you don't have to listen. Rashi says even if they tell you on your right that is left and your left is right, you listen to them. What does that mean? That's not that they changing the reality. It means to you, it looks like I'm right. This is it. Right now, to you, it sounds like 100% my way is correct. They tell you, no, this way is not correct. You have to listen to rabbis. לבלתי בו בגויים האלה, הנשארים האלה, איתכם, מה בעדה, right? Lest you come to these goyim that are left within you, with you, ובשם, so you should not go get involved with them. Don't go to their towns, don't go do business with them. ובשם אלוהיהם, לא תזכירו, do not mention the name of their God. ולא תשבעו, and don't swear in the name of their God. So why would I think that someone would come and swear in the name of their God? That's what happens, it says, Gemara says that's what happens when you do business with the Goyim, partnership with the Goyim, right? Then they take you to court.
And then you have to swear on their
Then you have to swear under God, under names, under God's names, right? Which is it's a big issue from the Torah. Not only you cannot even mention the God's name on the right. ולא תעבדום ולא תשתחוו להם. Okay? And then it says don't worship them and don't bow down to them. Right? These are obvious, but it says once you do start getting involved with the Goyim, ends up to this. Don't think, oh, I'm going to do only a little bit and not the rest. Once Yetzirah catches you, takes you slowly all the way. כי אם באדוני אלוהיכם תדבקו, you have to have the bikud to Hashem. Attach yourself to Hashem. Remember I talked about the bikud last time? The bikud is what? 24 hours a day you think about Hashem. Right? Don't take Hashem out of your mind. כאשר עשיתם עד היום הזה. Like you did until now. Basically you are attached to Hashem. ויורש השם מפניכם גויים גדולים ועצומים. Right? Hashem will drive away the big and giant nations from in front of you. ואתם לא עמד איש מפניכם עד היום הזה. And you see that no one could stand in front of you until now. All those nations that were bigger and much stronger than you, they even had giants and everything, Hashem got rid of them. איש אחד מכם ירדוף א', right? Like, it sounds like a pasuk from the Torah, right? כי אם בחוקותיי, remember? אחד מכם ירדוף א', right? This is one of you will chase 1,000. כי השם אלוקיכם הוא הנלחם לכם, כאשר דיבר לכם. So a lot of the words that he's saying is parallel to what is written in the Torah. You could see how much he was always thinking about Torah. ונשמרתם מאוד לנפשותיכם, be very careful to your soul, לאהבה את השם אלוקיכם, to love השם אלוקיכם. כי אם שוב תשובו ודבקתם ביתר הגויים, for if, here key means if. For if you go back and attach yourself to the rest of the goyim, that are left with you, Yehoshua's worry right now is all those little goyim that stayed in Israel, they're going to have bad influence on you. If you go attach yourself to them, what happens with Chatantem Bahem? You're going to go slowly getting married to them. Your children are going to get married to them. Ubatem Bahem, Vehem Bachem. Now becomes intermarriage. You with them with you. Right? These days we see, right before the October 7, we see what was going on. The Jewish people marrying Arabs, even Hamas people, like crazy. How did this happen? ידוע תדעו כי לא יוסיף השם אלוהיכם להוריש את הגויים האלה. So if this happens, that you get involved with the goyim, you should know that Hashem is not going to help you to drive them away מלפניכם. והיו לכם לפח, they're going to be like a trap for you. ולמוקש, and for obstacle, ולשוטט, like a lash, בצדכם, on your side. ולסינים בעיניכם, like a thorn in your eyes. Right? This is exactly what happened these days. They left the Arabs there, they were nice to them, and now look at them. Look what's going on. They are exactly sininim בעיניים, like a thorn in the eyes. עד עבדכם מעל האדמה הטובה הזאת, until you're going to be destroyed from this land, אשר נתן לכם השם אלוקיכם. Basically, they're not going to let you live peacefully. They're going to try to drive you away. והנה אנוכי הולך היום בדרך כל האדם הארץ. So you see, he knew he's dying that day. This was the last day of his life. He says,
میگفت که غذا کاشر خوب نمیدی به گویم بخوره. چون که غذا کاشر که میدی گویم بخوره دشمنت میشه.
چی؟
הנה אני הולך היום בדרך כל הארץ. I'm going to go on the way of the whole land. That means what? I'm going to die today. וידעתם בכל לבבכם ובכל נפשכם כי לא נפל דבר אחד מכל הדברים הטובים אשר דיבר השם אלוקיכם עליכם. You should know that none of the things that, all those good things that Hashem told you, none of them was left. Everything Hashem did. Right? הכל באו לכם. All those promises, good promises that Hashem said, came for you. לא נפל ממנו דבר אחד. Nothing was left over. All the prophecies that Moshe gave, all the things that how he's going to destroy the goyim. We'll see soon. It's talking about the sirah that Hashem sent, a special insect to help you fight. All these things came true. והיה כאשר בא עליכם כל הדברים הטובים אשר דיבר השם אלוקיכם. Right? The same way all these good things came upon you, all the things that Hashem told you, כן יביא השם עליכם את כל הדברים הרע עד ישמדו אתכם. If you go get involved with the goyim, the same way Hashem is going to bring all the bad things upon you. The same way He brought the good things upon you, He's going to bring the bad things upon you. Until He destroys you from your land, from this good land, Hashem natan lachem, Hashem Elokechem, that Hashem gave you. Be'ovrechem et berit Hashem Elokechem, because you're going against, if you go against the covenant of Hashem Elokechem, Hashem said, etchem, והלכתם ועבדתם אלוהים אחרים. You went and you worship other gods. והורשתם לכם, והשתחוויתם להם, and you became spoiled. וחרף השם בכם, and Hashem is going to get angry at you. ועבדתם מהרה מעל הארץ הטובה, אשר נתן לכם. This sounds like the pasuk in the Shema, right? A lot of things that he said were parallel to what's written in the Torah. Why Yehoshuah is so afraid, you will see next parak also, that because there was already prophecy. Hashem told Moshe that they're going to go after derech. Right? So Moshe and Yehoshuah, both of them, they gave warnings before they die. Don't do it. It has very bad consequences. You go after derech, you go worship other gods, right? Has very bad consequences. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of Haftalet today, and hopefully we finish by Monday. Yes. همه رو بکنیم ببینیم میشه.
مثلا روز دوشنبه یک ریویو
کلالی کنیم. ויאסוף יהושע את כל שבטי ישראל שכמה. Okay, now Yehoshuah gathered everybody to Shechem, right? It's the whole question, why Shechem? Even though Shechem is part of...
that was the first miracle, when the walls fell.
No.
That was Jericho, sorry.
Shechem is the first land, even though Abraham bought the kever this week's parasha, right? He bought kever, piece of land to bury. So, but who was the first one who bought the land to live in? Yaakov, and it was in Shechem. Right? When Yaakov came to Shechem, he bought a piece of land. Also, Shechem is close to where Yehoshuah. It's part of where they're going to eventually bury Yosef. It's going to in this perek. They bring Yosef to Shechem. So therefore, it was close. It was part of Yehoshuah's. Yehoshuah was there as part of that tribe. Is Ephraim, right? ויקרא לזקני ישראל ולראשי שופטיו ולשוטריו ויתייצבו לפני האלוהים. So it says he called all the elders of Israel and all the heads and the shoftim, the judges, the shotrim, and they stood in front of Hashem. What do you mean in front of Hashem? The Mishkan was not there. So what does it mean they stood in front of Hashem? They're in Shechem. So Radak says they brought the Aaron HaKodesh there. Right? From Mishkan, they took it there. Why they do such a thing? Because Yehoshuah wanted to make a brit between them and between Hashem, so they wanted the Shekhinah to be there. They brought the Aaron.
چرا بود تو شخم و نبود تو یهودا یا تو بنیامین؟
He knew he was going to pass away. He didn't want to go far from his home.
Shechem is around where he lives.
پس
he was close to
قبل یهوشوع باید تو شخم باشه.
کسی
نمیدونه که کجاه.
نمیدونن. I don't know. Should be around there. Okay. Vayomer Yehoshuah is going to say in this parak where they bury. In his own town they bury him. Remember? Yeah. They gave him a town. They're going to bury him in his own town. Right around Shechem. He's right around there. He didn't want to go far. He knew he's going to die. He had the prophecy that he's going to die that day. So by the time he goes to Shiloh, it's too far from where he is. ויאמר יהושע אל כל העם כה אמר השם אלוקי ישראל בעבר הנהר. So Yehoshuah was reminding them all the history now. That's what Hashem told them. Hashem said, right? בעבר הנהר ישבו אבותיכם מעולם. All days your fathers lived in Aram Naharaim, right? עבר הנהר. Who? Terach Avi Abraham. Sounds like the Seder, right? The night of a Seder. Terach Avi Nachor ve'avdu Elohim acherim. And they worship other gods. So we say, start with Genai. Remember the Seder we say we start with Genai and we go to Shevach. We start with something bad that happened, that they used to do, our forefathers, bad. From Abraham, everything became better. וَأَكَخْ et אביכם et Abraham מעבר הנהר. I took your Abraham, your father, from עבר הנהר, והוליך אותו בכל ארץ כנען. These are the things that we say in Agad also, right? And I took him to the old land of Canaan, והרבה את זרעו, and I gave him a lot of descendants. ואתן לו את ישחק, and I gave him ישחק, ואתן לישחק את יעקב, ואת עשיו, I gave to ישחק, יעקב, and עשיו, ואתן לעשיו את הר שעיר, לרשת אותו, I gave to עשיו the mountain of Seir to inherit, ויעקב ובניו ירדו מצרים. Right? And Jacob and his children went to Mitzrayim. This we say the night of Seder. The question is, why do we care what Esau got? If you want to tell us our history, okay, I understand you wanted to start with Genai, you start with Nahor, with Abraham's father, right?
So they don't come and complain that to say they didn't get it.
Right? It says, Terach, you start with Terach, these things. Why you have to mention Esau and he got Har Seir?
So they don't come saying they never got anything. So you got Mount Seir, don't bother the Jews anymore.
He's giving a musar to Ben Israel, Yehoshuah. So what do we need here? Is the answer that I heard is when Brit Ben Abitarim Hashem told Abraham that that your descendants going to go to Galut. So there was a debate who is his real descendants. Right? Esau had Jacob and Esau. Okay, Abraham, Ishmael we know it was odd because already Hashem told Abraham the Yitzchak Yikar L'Chazera. Okay, Yitzchak is yours. But Yitzchak had two children. Right? Mm-hmm. What was the sign that which one the right one? The one that goes to Galut.
Har Seir is not Galut.
Har Seir, the Kif. That's it. They go there, inheritance, stay there, no Galut. ولی هشم به ابراهام چی گفته بود؟ زرعخاب your children are going to go to Galut. So now we know who's the real children of Abraham. Yaakov. Yaakov ובניו ירדו מצרימה. Yes, you go to Galut, you suffer, but it's what? It's a sign that you're going to be Zera Abraham and all the good blessings are going to come to you eventually. ושלח את משה ואת אהרון.
کجا اینا میفهمیم که گفته یعقوب بره مصرعیم میشه پسرش.
Again, when Brit Ben Abitarim, what did Hashem tell Abraham?
که
That
بچه‌هات زرج می‌کشن.
your children going to go to Galut. Right? And those are the ones, your children. Those are going to be your Zera Abraham. Okay? For Yitzchak and Ishmael, we don't have question because Torah already said, Yitzchak Yikara Lecha Zera. So Yitzchak, Ishmael is out. For Yitzchak's children, Esav and Yaakov. Right? Which one went to Galut?
Yitzchak.
Yaakov. Right? So Yaakov Banav. So that's the Zera Abraham. The other ones, they got their land and that's it. Gone for good. Okay. והוציא את אבותיכם ממצרים. Okay, so it says Hashem send Moshe, right? So up to here. וישלח את משה ואת אהרון ויגוף את מצרים. I gave נגעים, I gave plagues in מצרים. כאשר עשיתי בקרבו, the way I did it in their midst. ואחר הוצאתי אתכם. After that I took you out. והוציא את אבותיכם ממצרים ותבואו הימה, and they came to the ocean, right? וידפו מצרים אחר אבותיכם ברכב ובפרשים ים סוף. That's talking about splitting of the Yam Suf, right? Once Hashem split the Yam Suf, who came after them? All the Misrim with the chariots and horse and chariots, they came after them in Yam Suf. ויסעקו אל השם וישם עפל ביניכם, and they cried, that Ben Israel, they saw the Misrim behind them, they cried to Hashem, and Hashem put a darkness between them. Those are the cloud that went in between them. For Ben Israel was light, for them was dark, for the Misraim. וביניכם ובין המצרים ויבוא עליו את הים, and they brought the ocean upon them, the Yam Suf, where the water came back on the Misrim. ויכסהו, and covered them. ותראינה עיניכם את אשר עשיתי במצרים, and your eyes saw what I did to Misraim. Right? ותשבו במדבר ימים רבים, and you dwelt in the midbar many days, which is 40 years. Right? ואביא אתכם את הארץ האמורי היושב בעבר הכנען וילחמו איתכם. I brought you to land of Amori. So these are Sichon Melech Amori and Og Melech Bashan. This is when you came there. And who started the fight? Amori. Sichon. They fought with you. ואתן אותם בידיכם ותירשו את ארצם وأشمدهم مپنیכם. I gave them in your hand, and you inherited their land, and I destroyed them from your face. ויקם Balak. Very interesting that after that brings the story of Balak, even though it was before this. Okay, ויקם Balak בן ציפור מלך מואב וילחם בישראל. What kind of war did he do? Not a physical war. He wanted to curse. He hired Bilam. That was his war. וישלח ויקרא לבלעם בן באור לקלל אתכם. Right? Sometimes war is physical, sometimes it's just mental war. He wanted to curse, and that was his war. Like an atomic bomb. ולא אביתי לשמוע לבלעם. I refused to listen to Bilam. ויברך Baruch etchem, and instead of cursing, what did he do? He blessed you. ואציל etchem מידו. I saved you from his hand. Right? It says Bilam. What was his power? He knew that moment that Hashem gets upset. Right? So, what does it mean that Hashem gets angry? Hashem We know it's not like human being to have emotions like a human being. But there is one moment in the day that Hashem does strict judgment. Strict judgment, no one can stand. Everything olam b'chesed ibane. Every time Hashem is constantly doing chesed. One moment of strict judgment, it's very harsh. So if he would curse
مثل داوید ملک که آمد بره یه دفعه تق پاش گرفت افتاد.
if he would curse anybody in that moment, no one has enough zechiyot to get saved, and then that's what his power. He knew when is that moment to curse minister. Okay. ותעברו את הירדן ותבואו את יריחו, and now he is mentioning the wall of Yericho. וילחמו בכם בעלי יריחו, and the owners of Yericho, they fought with you. האמורי והפריזי והקנעני והחיתי והגilgashi והחיבי והיבוצי, all these nations they came. That's after Yericho. What happened? They all gathered together to come and fight. And I said this is a whole review of what they went through. And what happened? Vayiten otam biyadechem. Hashem gave them to your hand. Remember, the stones were dropping on them from Shammai.
But he's talking to these nations the people who, they all died. It was 40 years. So who is talking to? And you saw, they didn't see these things.
These are the children.
The ones under 20.
Yeah, those are still Bnei Israel. No, even if they were born in the Midbar, but still they heard about it. Like Hashem is telling, I did you this favor because also the ones who were below 20, they made it to Eretz Israel. והשלח לפניכם את השעירה. Right? What is the sirah? Was a special, like a bee or something that would squirt poison to enemy's eyes. Right? So Hashem sent the sirah, ותגרש אותם מפניכם, and drove away the goyim from in front of you. שנאמר לך לאמורי, לא בחרבך ולא בקשתך. Right? You won these kings of Amori, the two kings, not with your sword and not with your bow and arrow. You think you are doing it with your sword and bow and arrow, but Hashem is getting rid of them for you. Otherwise, you don't have that power. Okay. ואתן לכם ארץ אשר לא יגעת בו, I gave you the land that you didn't toil in it. Right? You come, all of a sudden you come, orchards are there, the fields are there, everything, you don't have to go build from scratch. Things are already there. Houses, right? וערים אשר לא בניתם, the towns that you didn't build, already everything is built. ותשבו בהם, and you dwell in them, keramim v'zetim asher lo natatem, the vineyards and the orchards that you did not plant, atem, that you didn't plant, atem ochlim, you are eating them.
پس که اینا رو پلان کرده.
Guima, the 7 nations. They planned, they did everything, they built beautiful buildings, beautiful houses, they left them all for you. Right? Hashem got rid of them and now you own their lands. Right? There's a pasuk that says about Sadiq, the Rasha toils and by the end leaves it for the Sadiq. Same thing would happen to Esther and Mordechai. Haman got all the money and build a beautiful, beautiful house for himself. By the end, Achashverosh gave it to Esther he gave it to Esther and Mordechai. So here too, all these goyim, they went and built beautiful houses, beautiful buildings, beautiful towns. All because of their sins, they had to leave. Now Hashem gave it to Bnei Israel. ועתה יראו את השם ועבדו אותו בתמים. Right? You have to fear Hashem and worship Hashem wholeheartedly. ובאמת, and in truth. Right? תמים תהיה עם השם אלוקיך. What does it mean? Don't go make calculations or go look at the future, try to figure out what's the future, these things. All these things are not derech ben Israel. With us, you have to be tamim. Tamim with Hashem, okay. Wholeheartedly with Hashem, straight. והסירו את אלוהים, remove those gods asher avdu avotechem be'ever hanahar, that your forefathers, which is referring to again those idol worshippers, that the ever hanahar, right, Terach, father of Abraham, was idol worshippers. So all those ideas, get rid of them. Ube Misraim, and all those gods that they were in Misraim, all those, get rid of them. And that means get rid of them, get rid of even your mind. That's it. Ve'ibdu et Hashem, and worship Hashem. Ve'imra beinechem la'avod et Hashem. Look at this, what he's telling them. If it's not good in your eyes to worship Hashem, בחר לכם היום את מי תעבדון. Don't be one leg on this side, one leg on that side. This is exactly what Eliyahu Hanavi did on the Har HaKermel, right? So did they go that way completely or come to Hashem completely? Don't go one heart here, one heart there. Today choose. Which one do you want to choose? Et Elohim asher avdu avotechem. You want to go those gods that the idols that your fathers worship. Asher me'ever hanahar. Ve'im et Elohe ha'emori asher atem yoshvim ba'arsam. Right? You want to do that? Go ahead. Va'anochi ubeiti na'avod et Hashem. I'm going to do what is right. Even all of you decide, right, to go off the derech. Yehoshuah says, I do what's right. What is this teaching us?
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. Even if you see sometimes some happens, your persons with a crowd that are not so good, everyone is doing something wrong. You stay focused. You stay in your lane. That's it. Don't go jumping.
تلمیداش.
من کیم که
تلمیداش.
Okay, we stop here and B'ezras Hashem we finish it on Monday. We are almost done and we